What did you say, Vish? You said it right as I hit the button, as I hit the record button. What did you say?
You did exactly the thing that I said I hoped would happen. So you're like, what intro should I use? And apparently, as you hit the button, I said it better be Gojira, which it was.
Yeah, it was.
Good.
So, and it was always going to be Gojira, because, like, goddamn, that right? Song just slays.
It slaps.
I never get tired of it. It's so good. Almost as good as
the show today is no exception to some of the great work that I've done in the past.
I'm sorry, Josh loves it when I play that one. He cracks up like every single goddamn time. But I know that you like this one much more.
Are there female rabbis?
Or is it love or disgust or is it, I don't know, what is it, Vish?
You better be glad we're separated by like several thousand miles.
Well, several thousand. I mean, yeah, I guess that's probably true. It's probably true. You're separated by several thousand miles. So, hey, it feels like it's been forever since we hung out. What the hell is with that, right? So,
don't get COVID.
Yes, don't do that. So, and then you did the Comic-Con. We missed like a couple weeks on Dapper stream together because I was in a fever dream, and then you did Comic-Con, right? So
before anyone gets too excited, as I've said many times to many people, you can either work the convention or you can attend the convention, but you can't do both. So I was working San Diego Comic-Con. I was not attending it. I largely experienced it via the people that walked past our booth. So if you happen to be there, I was working at the 2000 AD/Rebellion booth. Those are the folks who publish Judge Dredd.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, that was fun. I mean, I enjoyed it. It's just that my feet felt measures of pain that I didn't realize were possible. So, and that's with wearing compression socks and having insoles. So those 11-hour days, those are no joke.
Wow.
Yeah, Paul gets it. He's never attended, but he's worked it. Yeah. It's brutal.
18 years in a row. Holy cow.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't I guess you own the comic book or the web platform before that. I didn't think you worked at Lucasfilm all that time. But
I'm sorry, Paul Sama. I have failed you. I did not even have the smallest glimmer of time to go by the Red 5 booth. I really wanted to. Just didn't.
Was that his booth?
Yes, they were giving out free posters because one of his comics is getting made into a movie.
That's exciting, right?
Yeah,
that's very cool. Yeah. Yes, Red 5 combination, Lucasfilm and Red 5 comics. Yeah. So very cool. That's very cool. I've never been to any Comic-Con of any type. I know there's one here in Vancouver that runs on a really regular basis. I'd like to at some point, but I have this terrible aversion to leaving my house, and then once I get out of my house, I then have this terrible aversion of going to Vancouver. So I actually
I understand.
I actually went. I went to Vancouver this month. So
I'm sorry.
A few weeks ago. Yeah, but it was good. It was really good because I just hung out with Dr. Justin Sledge all day.
Oh, that's right. I need you to tell me about how that went because I'm very
it was very cool. He and I picked him up from his hotel and we drove to Granville Island, which is just it's like a cool little place just on the other side of False Creek. from the city, and it's like markets and lots of pedestrian markets and places to eat and drink and stuff. So we just stepped into the Granville Island Brewery and just sat around and chatted for like 2.5-3 hours, and then I drove them to the airport. So it's it was it was a great time. I have talked about all sorts of stuff, which was really, really cool. Claude Simeon, I've been to a couple of very small cons. Even so, it's overwhelming. Lots of crowds and noise. Can only take a couple hours at a time. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, especially like me as an introvert, I only have a limited amount of energy for any given like period of time.
Right?
So I have learned the hard way how to pace myself and when and where to withdraw to whenever I'm feeling overstimulated or tired or whatever. So like at Dragon Con, because it's in hotels, that's the con. You can just go upstairs to your room and take a nap whenever you need to. Or
in a
room where it's nice and quiet, or something. So at Comic-Con, I did not really have that luxury, but it was mitigated by the fact that I was inside our booth the whole time. So people would have to get out of the busy walkways, come into the booth, and engage with us. The only time I ever got really overwhelmed is when I was trying to make my way through the crowds to go get food. And that just, it's not good for me because I tend to rage at the way people don't know how to walk in crowds. Like, don't walk 3 or 4 across. Do not stop in the walkways. Do not stop in the walkways. They are walkways. They are not sidewalks. They are not stopping places. I had a group of like 10 people that were blocking an aisle on one side of our booth. And I was like, hey guys, we're going to get ready for a signing. Can you take whatever, the social thing is and just move it out of the walkway? And their idea of getting out of the walkway was to move from a small alley in between booths to the crosswalk of 2 major like aisles. And I'm like, no, I don't understand. I don't. It's my one rage button is people that don't have any spatial awareness. They just act as if they're in a video game and everyone's an NPC. It drives me nuts. And I admit it, it's a character flaw, but
yeah, but PS drives on the parkway and parks in the driveway. So Chuck,
shout out to the folks.
Yeah. Chuck KV says he took his kids to several Comic-Cons, met Chuck Norris in my Master Ken cosplay, and he chatted with me for 20 minutes about it. Super nice guy. Super nice, crazy guy.
Comi-Con? What's a Comi? Comi? I know what you meant. I'm just being pedantic.
Oh, are you? Okay.
Yeah, I'm just being pedantic.
So, got some super chats already. From Claude Simeon, thank you for the $2. Yay for Vish being on a stream. It's been so long. I've actually I've done a couple, right? I did 2 budget scripture Saturdays, and I did a couple of Hebrew reading streams while you were away, and then I did the Bible Scotch and Scholars with
that's right. Yeah.
Joel, which was fun. Yeah. And I think we're gonna Swole Carico. That's right.
His wife hates that so much.
So which is funny. I don't know.
It is funny. And it's I think it's appropriate. I think that would be a great nickname, but she doesn't like it. So
right.
I don't know. It's the only opinion that matters. So.
But we're going to do that again, I think. It was a lot of fun. So and it was good. But yes, thank goodness that you are back, Fish. Thank goodness. David Z, thank you. Hey, look, it's Dave who's going to we're heading over, by the way. I am determined to get out of here before 7 because we're heading straight over
Yes.
to go watch
Toast to toast.
Toast to Toast tonight. Like, where the hell have you guys been? Where have you been?
They've been
So,
doing stuff and family
Uh,
stuff.
right. I guess that kind of stuff
Dave,
happens.
Dave, I want you to know that
Wow.
we intentionally scheduled this stream so that it would end before Toast to Toast, that we could just send everyone over there. So
We did that on purpose. Yes, it's
Mhm.
very true, and it's a smaller group this evening, but we'll get them all there, guys. So but yeah, like 2 weeks ago, I should tell you this. 2 weeks ago, I texted Dave and Paul, and I'm like, hey, what's going on? Why are you guys
Why aren't you streaming for me?
like, yeah, it's been
Entertain me.
forever. And I was relaying, it was not just me, right? Like you know, I think it was after a conversation I had with Maya Atkinson, and she's going like, where the fuck are Paul? Like,
Right?
what? It's Friday night again, and they're not streaming again. What is going on? And you know what happens to me on Friday nights if I'm not watching Dave and Paul? You know what happens to me? Terrible things happen to me. I don't know if you knew this, but if I'm not watching Dave and Paul on Friday night, I end up watching the now disgraced Egyptologist, which is I'm told it's bad. Someone said that's bad, Kip. You should not do that. I know there are talks of an intervention, and so things like bad things happen. But when I asked Paul and Dave about this, Dave said this to me. He says, we're working through some creative differences. He says, I want to keep listening and commenting on our Bell episodes. Paul wants to turn the show into a review of soccer tournaments, or as he insists on calling it, football. Beautiful game, my ass. So the new show would be called Post to Post, and every show we'd be in another city or town watching soccer while I just read a good book.
Post
So
to post.
that's apparently, I'm happy to see that to see, Dave and Paul, that sanity has prevailed, and that Toast to Toast is coming back, and that the old format is, it's the same. It's good. So just do it. And
Mayrol gets it. I was helping out with signings. The one thing I'm going to constantly do is make sure that people are out of the walkway and either against the wall or moving. Yeah. Because it's like, look, it's like people forget that when you're trying to go somewhere, people are in the way, and you think, wow, this is inconvenient and it really sucks. I wish people wouldn't just stop while folks are walking. And then for some reason, your brain just reboots and you forget all of that. And then you end up talking to a friend in the center of a walkway. And because Americans like 3 feet of space in every direction, it just kind of expands until it's blocking half or more of this walkway.
Right.
Like, why? Just go out in the hall. Like, there's so much room, but yet it's so frustrating.
That is very, very frustrating. So sorry, I got distracted. Someone here asked, and maybe this is, look, I kind of can't help myself, because and Meryl Dats and Cogs Randar says, Dr. Kill, why do you do that to yourself? And I listen, there is a good reason, and maybe we need to talk about this just before we get into. I pulled this video from this guy that I discovered recently called Redeemed Zoomer, and we'll do that. But listen, before, and I'm sorry, I'm going to make this even more unbearable for you, Vish, but there is a reason why I do this stuff. I don't know if I showed you this, but I talked about this. I talked a little bit about this in my Hebrew stream last night. So listen, guys, we need to talk about some things here, okay? So there was a stream, not a stream. There was a video. This was a choice, people. a video published, an edited video published about the story of Elisha and the bears, Elisha and the two bears,
Okay.
and the little
Mhm.
boys from 2 Kings 2:23. And this happens every now and then. Somebody comes out and says stupid shit about this story. And this is why we have to talk about these things, okay? So here we
People
go.
saying stupid shit about the Bible. Surely you just.
Yeah.
A gang. And they say to him in verse 23, go up. Now,
Oh,
what they mean
I
here by go up
gotta back this up because that's
isn't go up.
so let's go.
Now, every society has had
I gotta go way
gang.
back.
These young lads.
All right, here we go.
The young lads came out of the city and mocked him, saying, go up, you bald head. Go up, you bald head. All right. Now, these young lads are not children. Okay. They're
Yeah,
not.
they are.
Okay. In the Hebrew, the word is na'ar.
Yeah,
Na'arim
that means like
are
little kid.
Yeah,
Youth.
it does. It means boy, basically, right? No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
But it gets. I mean, it gets worse than that. And we'll say something about that after he's finished
All right.
bloviating about this.
they're not children. They're teenagers.
Yeah, they are.
Mhm.
This is a gang
No.
of punks.
Gang of punks.
Okay.
No.
Now, every society has had gangs of youths who would often cause trouble. That's what's going on
Bunch
here.
of troublemakers.
Is this gang of young punks,
Up to
teenage
no good.
punks, and a Na'ar can even be as old as in their 20s. Okay,
No,
So
it
this is-
cannot actually. No, that is incorrect.
Yeah, I mean, we could. Okay. So I will say that now the way that I usually describe this to people is that the difference between a na'ar and an ish in Hebrew has mostly to do with what do you call that? Like it's whether or not a boy or a man has had sex with a woman. Seems to be kind of what's in view here. So theoretically, a na'ar could be older, but I mean it's not. And there are texts from the Bible which suggest this. I think it's 1 Samuel chapter 2 or 3 where Eli's sons are called Na'arim. Solomon calls himself a Na'ar after he when he's talking to God, right? He says, I don't know anything. I'm like a little I'm a Na'ar Katon. I'm a little boy. But importantly, we don't know how old Solomon was, right? We're never right. Sorry. Am I missing something? I'm not looking at
I'm sorry. That was just funny. Paul said a gang of incels.
a gang of incels. That's good.
Yeah.
So like we don't know how old Solomon was, but even still in that passage, he's clearly expressing deference to the deity. He's overemphasizing the fact that he's like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just a little boy, and he might be, a young adult. Yeah. So it's look. I have the text here, and I think I think it's useful even just to look at it, so that we can clear up exactly what's going on here. We can read this. Where am I? Oh, here we go. So this is 2 Kings 2 verse 23. Vaya'al Masham Bethel. He went up from there to Bethel, and he was going up in the way. Unnaorim Kitanim. So it's not. I mean,
What's
it's
the
not
name?
even just Nadim.
Little
Little boys. In fact, look at the translation.
little boys, yeah.
Some little boys.
Oh my god.
Katan means small.
Small.
So it's on
Yeah,
its own.
little
Art
wee.
usually means boy, right? But now this is with the adjective. Is these are small boys. Katan means small. That's what it means. So they came out from Ha'ir, from the city, and they mocked him, and they said to him, "Go up, bald guy, go up, bald guy." You and I have talked about this this story before.
Yes. My
You've
pet
got some ideas
hypothesis-
about baldness.
Yeah, my pet hypothesis is that they were using his bald head as a euphemism and basically saying, "Rise up, dickhead." So
Why were they saying that, Vish?
you've raised boys.
Well, no, but yes, but specifically, why were they saying telling him to go up?
What do you
So-
mean? They're
Oh,
little boys. They just say shit like
okay, that's fair.
I mean,
So,
they don't
I
need a
mean,
reason to do most
it
things.
is-
Like, why do they?
It's I guess what
draw
I'm
dicks on
getting
everything,
at.
stick gum in
Yeah.
people's hair, and hit things. Like, I mean, again,
I-
you've raised boys. I've
three
taught
of them,
middle school.
yes.
I know.
Yes,
They've
and
been
they do the most. They did. They're getting better now, but every
They
now
can
and
do
then.
little
So I
chaos
mean,
demons
I'll
sometimes.
just say, because they're still growing and learning. God bless them. My second oldest. The other night and it was literally, it was like 8:30, 9:30 at night. I was sitting in the living room. I had something on. I don't even remember what it was. But I hear him banging away and doing something with the patio door in the other room, and he's swearing, and he's got tools out, and I hear him banging on stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, I don't want to go look. I don't want to go look. I just don't. Sometimes in situations like that, it's better if you don't see what they're doing. But I go out when I finally do. After he's doing this for like an hour, and it's like I said, it's late, it's dark, it's after 9 by the time he's finished banging around and crashing and smashing and swearing, and I just tell him, I says, look, you should stop, because clearly this is upsetting you, and it's whatever you're trying to do, it's not working. And I come out, and here he has tried to put, I don't know why he took the patio door, the sliding door out, but he tried to put it back. And in trying to put it back, he didn't get it onto the track properly, and then was trying to jam it onto the track using my pry bar and a hammer, which is not what you should be doing. And like kind of jammed it in there in such a way where, like, for the rest of, like, for a lot of time the following day, I spent quite a bit of my day, just wrestling this door back out so I could put it in properly. But boys, they're just gonna do stupid shit. That's what boys do. So
I mean,
yes.
if it doesn't fit, just try to force it, and if it breaks, it wasn't.
If it
supposed to
doesn't
go
fit,
there
you must
anyway.
have quit. Oh, sorry. So yeah, well, anyways, what I was getting at is that there's lots of Elisha has just watched his mentor, the prophet Elisha, being taken up in a whirlwind into heaven. He has received the mantle of his prophetic power. Literally, he's got his cloak, his mantle, right?
Mhm.
And as you pointed out, he's bald, which is not great in antiquity. That's not a thing that you really want to be, especially considering that the Elijah in the previous chapter is described as Baal Sha'ar, the Lord of Hair. which I love. So, Elijah, the Lord of Hair, Elisha,
Hairy
bald guy.
dude going
Bald guy.
to bald. Yikes.
Yeah, so it's not a good look. So this is all playing into this story. So this is why they're making fun of him. This is why they're telling him to go up. Aside from the fact that they're little boys who do little boy things, but then this is literally the rest of the story. It's so short. It's like 2 verses, right? So he turned behind him and he saw them and he cursed them in the name of Yahweh. And this is important. Vatate Sena Shetayim Duvi. So 2 bears min hayar from the forest came out. Vatibakana. This is a PL form of the verb. Baka. Baka can mean to divide or to split. It doesn't mean that in the PL. You've done a few classes or a couple semesters now of Hebrewish. I think you're just about done, right?
Yeah.
So you have learned that quite often the PL is a form of the verb that's used to intensify things. So
Amplify.
this is amplify. This is some kind of intense splitting up. In the Hebrew Bible, when it appears in the PL, it means to tear to pieces. That's what it means. So shred. 2 bears came out from the forest and they shredded from them, as bears do. Bears, will rip you to pieces. Some bears will do this.
Yeah.
They tore to pieces from them 42 yeladim, which is another word that is most commonly used for children. So the text is pretty determined to point out to us here that these are little boys, guys. They're kids. They're children. They're not a gang of roving teenagers.
And I mean,
and even if they
real,
were
any parent who has raised boys has had the impulse at least once to call
the bears out of the woods. That's for
or to
absolute
just like
certain.
yeet them into the sun at least once. Like, yes.
I believe it. I haven't seen it. Paul, should I watch?
It's exactly what it sounds
Bear?
like.
Should I watch Cocaine Bear? Okay. I mean, it does look awesomely funny.
It's completely unhinged, which, I mean, it's Cocaine Bear. You know what you're getting into.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Okay. And even if they were, before we do that, like, even if they were teenagers, okay, does that make this okay to make the bears kill them all? Well, they didn't kill them all. They only killed 42 from them. So
I mean,
just
this
42.
is going to be the time where I will yet again ask, do people know that you can learn negative lessons from these stories? Are people aware that that's something you can do? You can look at a text and go, wow, they overreacted. We shouldn't do that. Do you realize? I ask this question a lot because people, for whatever reason, I guess it's from Christian hegemony, just assuming that, well, if it's in the book, it can't be bad.
Right.
Maybe that's where this comes
is a
from.
very
But
good
like,
point.
you can learn negative examples. Like, what's the kid that cried wolf? That's an example of learning a negative lesson from a story. So
that's right. The kid, I think, gets torn to pieces, doesn't he? By the wolf in that story.
I mean, yeah. Honestly,
he might. I don't know.
Versions of it. I don't remember which one.
But this is, I mean, German fairy tales. Famously.
Yeah. Famously. Really
so I don't like. You're absolutely right. It's just dumb for apologists to wave their little hands in the air and just fight pound their fists against the
Yeah.
wind and insist that, like, come on, guys. It's
Not any better if they're teenagers or 20-year-olds than it is if they're, 8 to 12. That's not any better.
and
I
listen,
don't know
this is
why you would argue for this.
right. This is a story, right, that probably has its genesis in some form of, I could see it originating in some form of a household setting, right? You watch your
Mhm.
mouth, otherwise, the prophet,
Or
the
else you're
prophet
gonna
of
end up
Yahweh.
like those kids. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
you
Hispanic
you
households
little
do this constantly. They're like,
virgins.
"Hey, don't go in the woods, or La Llorona will get you, or El Cucuy, or whatever." So, yeah, it's probably
It's true. It's true.
probably
Okay,
plausible.
so
Anyway,
but we should get back to, sorry. Okay,
yeah.
yeah. Meat permits tat. Nice. He's just sitting there in his
I
Metal
was
Moses shirt.
this
Brilliant.
close to getting one, and then I counted the fingers and went, "Oh,
I know.
say I." Rage.
We know how
Y'all,
you feel.
one day people are either going to learn how to do art, or they're going to learn how to pay people to do art, because hitting a button, that's not cutting it. So.
True. Dave, thanks for another super chat. Apologies for any Egyptologist related trauma. I inadvertently caused. Listen, I bring this. I do bring it on
admirably.
myself. I do, but I'm not going to hold you guys accountable for my mental health. I'm a grown ass man. I can accept the responsibility for being a dumbass. But god damn it, I can't help myself. It's like crack to me. It's I just archival blob. Look, I'm sorry, dude, but we had some Vish had a previous appointment earlier this afternoon, so it just didn't work out. I understand, but hey, you're here, which is kind of amazing. Thank you, archival blob, for tuning in from Sweden at 2 a.m. I hope you have a good sleep, because I almost certainly fall asleep before the stream ends. So thanks for tuning in. And Lil is here as always with treats for Dagon, and Dr. Kip, the Dr. Kip the dog. Love you too. By the way, go ahead.
What are your version of Scooby snacks? Like, what would people give as like Kip treats?
For me? For moi?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy, there's so many things that I love. Sweets, chocolate,
okay. What kind?
any
Chocolate?
kind of chocolate, ice cream, ice cream,
milk chocolate, dark chocolate.
I am not picky when it has to be good chocolate, but if it's I like semi-sweet chocolate, I like bittersweet chocolate, I like milk chocolate, I like it all. It's all good, right?
Nice.
Licorice. I really like licorice, and I like other soft candies, and I also like hard candies like Jolly Ranchers are really good too, but they stick to your teeth, and oftentimes I feel like my teeth are going to come out when I'm eating Jolly Ranchers, but you know what, it's still have them all, so yeah. So those are, sweets, but savories. I love chips. And I like olives quite a lot.
Beef jerky?
Actually, oh god, yeah, beef jerky. Or I'm not as big on the pepperoni sticks, but there's like like salami sticks. I really like those.
Slim Jims.
Yes,
whatever.
yes,
yeah,
exactly. So yeah, all that stuff. It's all good. So how about you?
I mean, the number one thing that will immediately send me into like cats with catnip mode is dark chocolate. And even more specifically, dark chocolate covered raspberries or any combination of dark chocolate and raspberries. Like Ghirardelli has those little squares that have the fruit filling in them, and the raspberry ones are so effing delicious. Oh my god. So without fail, that one, just, you don't even have to think about it. But
yeah,
savory snacks, I mean, I like beef jerky, I like chips,
crackers.
Cheetos.
I really like crackers and cheese too. I ate a lot of crackers and cheese.
Cheese and crackers, that's always a good one. I really like sharp cheddar cheese.
I
my
very
crackers,
much we had a Vish and Dapper and I had a charcuterie board night a couple months ago watching, and I very much enjoyed that. We should do that again sometime soon.
Yeah, that was really good.
That was
because
really good.
I like cheddar that is so sharp it just makes your eyes water. That's how sharp I want that cheese.
Yeah,
right.
It's
Holly is saying, have you had dark chocolate and boysenberries? I haven't, but I really like boysenberry syrup on my pancakes and waffles, so I bet that is amazing. You just named one of my favorite brand is Cabot's cheddar. That one in Cracker Barrel's extra sharp cheddar, like mwah. Like you can bite into it and your eye starts twitching a little. Like that's the good stuff.
Excuse me. By the way, before moving on from this, I did want to say how much I appreciate not just you, Lil, but everyone in the chat actually spells Dagon's name correctly, which is fantastic because I don't know if you noticed this, but in the Bible, it's actually spelled D-A-G-O-N. That's the Hebrew way of spelling it. The proper way of spelling Dagon's name, Dagon the abomination of the Philistines who lives in my house, is D-A-G-A-N, which is the ancient way of spelling it. That's how it's spelled in the old Ugaritic. So
with Latin letters and everything, that's impressive.
No, it's not the Latin letters, but that's that's how we do it when we're not doing the cuneiform. So yeah. So should we do these last two and then jump into this this video? So
speaking of, like, I really want Cheetos, so I'm just gonna like
you do that. Kent Jeffrey of Arimathea Houston, thank you for the $5 super chat. I don't know.
Arimathea.
I love the dapper crowd who comes and hangs out with me all the time. You guys are the best. I don't know why he's dying on this hill.
Okay.
So I was.
I mean, anyways. I wasn't gonna bring millions. I don't think the population of Egypt was that big, even if the Exodus happened, which it really didn't.
No.
I was gonna say, why don't you use the flood? That was apparently the whole
the entire Earth, which probably was millions. You know,
I mean, if you believe the young Earth creation is going to be billions of people.
I think what Vish is getting at here is that at the time of the supposed Exodus, whether it's you hold to an Exodus in the 16th or the 15th century, or an Exodus in the 13th century or in the 12th century, the population of Egypt, I believe, was in the hundreds of thousands. It wasn't even, 1 million people. It was probably 200, 300,000, something like that. By the way, they found, I don't know if you saw this, but there's a researcher, an independent researcher has suggested from one of the Sinai Proto-Hebrew inscriptions that it reads, "This is Moses."
I'm sure it does.
But this is kind of funny because I'm very interested to see what this would do in the Fundy Exodus community, because I think they date to like the 18th century BCE, which sort of I mean that kind of throws the date, doesn't it? It does.
Yes.
Whoops.
Man, sometimes I wish that we would find like the kernels of the characters that these legends are based on, like find some sort of archaeological, like, this is the guy that would become like the legendary David or the legendary Moses or something, and have it just completely jack up the Fundy timeline. Like they can't even take a win from it because it screws up even their like weird conservative timelines.
Exactly. No, that would be super fun. And we got one more here from Meat Permit Stats. Salted licorice, absolutely. I like all kinds of licorice, but when we lived in Norway, we used to get a lot of double salt, triple salt licorice. They're awesome. The other thing I really liked when I was in Europe that I don't get much here are soap candies. Really good.
Yeah.
So
I will say there was one thing, like a friend of mine, she sent me some Icelandic chocolate, which I quite liked. And it had little dried raspberry flakes in it. So obviously that's
cool.
That's my number one combo. And I really miss my old job sometimes because the fact that we were a nonprofit that helped a lot of retirees and pensioners meant that I got, in the good graces of some really cool senior populations. And the Russians, they spoiled me rotten. Like this one lady would bring me like a 2-pound bar of chocolate, but it was dark chocolate. It was like 90%. Like she knew what I was about.
Right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And I would tell them like, hey, you don't have to bring me things. This is my job. I genuinely love doing what I do, but it's just some cultures are just like, no, you've done something nice for me. I want to show you my appreciation. So I was never going to turn her away. I was like, I'll take that 2-pound bar of chocolate. This is good stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
You know what? That reminds me. The one time I did get to splurge a little in San Diego on someone else's dime is we went out for like a little dead dog dinner after the whole thing wrapped up. We took all our booth stuff down on Sunday. We went and had a nice little steak dinner, and for dessert, 2 of us got like one of those little chocolate lava cakes, and they served with ice cream. And one of the other people that worked at our booth, he's English, so their palates aren't as into spicy things, but he got a 3 ice cream sampler, and one was like mint matcha, the other one was like strawberry, I think, and then the third one was some kind of tropical fruit with habanero flakes or something in it. And I thought, oh, that sounds really cool. He didn't like it very much, and he was like, oh, it's too spicy. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe it is, or maybe you're just British. So we asked him to slide it over, so it's me and my friend eating the chocolate lava cake, and he's Guatemalan and I'm part Mexican, so we're really big fans of having spicy things with chocolate and sweets, right? That's just the thing. And we decided that we were going to try the habanero tropical whatever fruit it was ice cream with this dark chocolate lava cake, and
that does sound good. Wow.
Woo! Man, let me tell you,
sounds awesome.
If that was their standard serving of that and not just vanilla, oh my god. You want to talk about taking that shit to the next level? That was delicious.
Brilliant. That's awesome. But we're actually not here to talk about food as much as we love talking about food, and we could probably go on for most of the So but
so good,
I'm gonna bring up this video. I just learned about this guy a few weeks ago, and I think it was from watching. I think it was actually from watching an inspiring philosophy stream. So this is Redeemed Zoomer. He's like he's like a young guy. He's a Gen Z guy, right? So like I have kids, and I understand too. I watch the demographics on my channel. I know how old a lot of you guys are. So I a bunch of you viewers also have kids who are around this young gentleman's age. No shade on that at all. My kids are great. My kids are smart. My kids are empathetic. They're just really cool. But honestly, there's a lot there's a lot that my kids have to learn. Yeah. There just is.
Yeah.
So and a fuck ton of that is about the Bible, by the way. So is does anyone in the Make a World not know that's a Bible?
Asking the real questions.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So the name of this video, by the way, Redeem Zoomer, you can see there has 587,000 subscribers. So, and I bet you all of them are not watching my channel. So,
I doubt it.
yeah.
You're
but
an evil atheist.
and I'm an old dude too, right? So, which is cool. That's fine. So we're gonna watch amazing scientific facts in the Bible explained, and I'm excited about it.
Okay, I'm prepared to be amazed, but maybe not in the way that he thinks. Here we go.
Here
the
we
Bible
go.
is not a science textbook. The purpose
That's
Well,
good.
Shit. Oh, no.
Well, I got that one right.
The only 2 seconds of
Dude,
this.
When we're on Dapper's Chow, we take a drink when that happens.
Yes. Oh my god. Okay, hang on. Okay.
of the
Good
Bible
stuff.
isn't to teach us about the world, but to teach us about Jesus. But because Jesus created the world, the Bible has surprising knowledge about how the world works. Especially
it's
because
the
the
big
Bible was
book.
written before modern science. First
Oh,
of all,
wow.
the
Look at
creation
this.
story in
Hold
the
on.
Bible
Can you go
actually
back to that
parallels what we
slide?
know from
Because there's
modern
like a
science.
million things going on in that slide. Can you go back to that slide? Because holy
Yeah,
shit.
give me a second. Scrub back past this. Comic Sans MS freaking
Yeah.
font.
Look at this. The Bible is the big book about Jesus. It was written before modern science. It has a surprising knowledge of the world and
Just the Western
the
Hemisphere,
world.
though.
Yes. The
I'm
world
speaking
was the world was created through Jesus, so therefore that's probably why, right? That's why it's the Bible has all this very accurate information about the world because Jesus wrote it, right? That's the that's the implication here. Wow. Okay.
I'm with Claude Simeon 100% on this. How does a Gen Z person not know?
I'm not.
Listen, is it ironic? I mean, yes, thank you. Graphic design is my
I hope there is only one acceptable use for Comic Sans. Okay,
making fun of stuff.
Yes, making fun of stuff. And do they still use it in comic books?
I mean, there are hand lettered fonts that are similar, but they don't actually use the font Comic Sans.
Right. Yes. So it's are you like?
Yes,
are you
thank
looking?
you, Paul. It was never used in comic books.
That's fair. Yes, that's true.
It's meant to make somebody think about comic books, but it was never used in them.
So I used it actually on the yes. He was not the Messiah. He was only a very bad boy.
A very naughty boy.
Very naughty boy.
Yeah.
You should have but you should have used an R symbol.
Is Redeem Zoomer an R?
He was only an architon ram od.
Okay. All right.
So okay. Yeah, let's go. Creation. Here we go.
Oh my god, I can't.
Creation story in the Bible actually parallels what we know from modern science.
Oh.
But
wait, I'm sorry. Also, okay. Listen, I'm not a pro editor out here, but was this made in MS Paint?
It looks like it, right? But and this is I don't know, like it's not he's not doing any favors for.
Hey, you know what? Comic Sans, I can read Comic Sans and not scream the whole time, but it's not as bad as Papyrus. I'll give you that.
That's fair. Another font I've actually used, but it's been a long time. But I used Papyrus font once in a PowerPoint presentation for a paper I gave at a scholarly conference.
Shame.
So I know.
Shame.
But
right,
it was
contradicts modern science. Well, maybe if you take a very literalistic interpretation of Genesis 1,
very
which most of the
literalistic
church fathers
interpretation.
didn't, but the order of events
true.
in the
All
scientific
those-
timeline
that is
matches
true.
the order.
That is true. Take another drink. Or smoke
That
if you
is
got 'em,
true.
I don't know.
He mentioned the church fathers didn't take a literalistic view, but they also didn't believe any of this shit about what we know happened in the formation of the earth, right? They didn't know any of this stuff. There was no access to any of this. So okay, finish what he says here. That I think we need to look at this. Okay.
I've already got some problems because human beings are in fact mammals.
Right.
So not sure what he was doing
and
there, but,
animals.
okay.
Yep. So
And also animals, yeah.
press play,
Okay.
and then we'll pause it again when he's finished talking.
Events in the biblical timeline. In both cases, we first get light on the earth, then we get water covering the earth, then we get dry.
No, we don't actually.
Earth? Hang on a sec. Hang on.
Wait a minute.
The development of the earth, and then day one being like the heavens and the earth and light.
The sky
That's,
and the ground.
Yeah, that's a completely different thing. Also, what do you mean by development of the earth?
Right. And also, what do you mean by earth and light before water covering the earth? Like in the very, that's the. Do you want to bring it up now, and we can we can see
sure.
it? Or should I bring up? Should I bring up the text? I could do it. Is it easier if I do it? Okay.
All right.
So look at
Let me
this.
make just a little bigger.
Yeah, let's do that.
You know what? I want to.
Oh, I like the.
There we go.
I like the side by side. That's nice. I usually do
Yeah.
one line after the other, but I like that better. When God began to create the sky and the ground, Hashemayim et Hashemayim va'et haaretz. What's next? The earth was tohu v'bohu. It was chaos and empty, and darkness was on the face of the earth, and the Spirit of God, or the wind of God, was like fluttering,
Rooting,
was
hovering.
poised
Yeah.
over Pnei Hamayim. What is that?
Face of the waters.
The face of
Or
the waters,
surface of the
dude.
waters.
The water,
Yeah.
the entire surface of the earth is covered in water from the beginning.
Already.
From the
Yeah.
beginning. That's before Vayomer Elohim Yehya Ur. That's before God
Vayor.
said, "Let there be light."
Yeah.
So whoops. But yeah. Did you?
I also really hate that a lot of translations use the indefinite here, because I think just casual readers would be better served if you just actually put it literally.
One day.
And there was evening and there was morning, day one.
Yep. That's actually how I translate it in my book.
Good. See, same brain.
Yep.
Right there.
Same brain.
Page.
So
You want me to keep going?
because
or do you want me to
there's
flip back?
ways to let's we'll bring the text back up.
Because it doesn't use Rishon first. It uses one.
Exactly. Yeah, there's ways to do ordinal numbers in Hebrew.
Mhm.
And these aren't them, right? So
Right.
do you want to bring up the video back up, and we can finish seeing what he has to say, and then we'll get back to the text.
Yeah, so day one, the water was already on the earth, so
it's already there.
Sure,
Yeah,
where
no,
he's
it
going
doesn't
with that, but
really.
okay.
And I don't honestly, I don't know enough about the science to know whether all these things, liquid water covering the earth, land and photosynthetic life, clear oxygen filled skies. I mean, it looks fine.
These aren't like clear delineations. These are very long processes. Some
Right.
of them generally overlap with these.
Right. Yeah. I mean, he's got
again,
2 billion BC for both the land.
BC, like, yeah,
Right.
and I'm like, Again,
Nice.
this was a very long process. It's not like you could wake up one day and go, and there's the oxygen.
Yeah, right. Okay.
That's not how that happened.
No. Press play.
Wow. Also, 500 million BC aquatic creatures. Can we? Some of the folks from Dabra's chat will know approximately
They'll
when
know this stuff.
Creation was, so I'm sure we can get some fact checking in there.
Yeah.
With that.
Let's do
That's
some of that chat.
Anyway, just hit play. This hurts.
Dry lands and photosynthetic life, and that photosynthetic life clears the skies so you can see the sun, moon, and stars. Then we get creatures.
I'm sorry, what? The photosynthetic life clears the skies. No, honey, it's the other way around. You have to have some kind of burgeoning ozone layer so that the sun is not a deadly laser.
Aquatic creatures is pretty vague too. Yes.
It is very
also
vague.
he says, and it's very important to him to say this, that the sun, moon, and the stars are visible, right? Because he knows, we know, right, that they're already there actually long before the earth. I want to return to that after he's finished this first point,
okay.
but put a pin in that because I think we should come back to that.
Okay. All right.
Creatures in the water, then we get creatures on the land like mammals, and finally we get humans. Compare this to other religions where the
does he realize that mammals weren't the first land creatures?
Oh, see, right. I guess that's
mammals
that's
happened very late. Mammals didn't really explode in population until after, like, what, the Chicxulub asteroid that killed off most of the non-avian dinosaurs, because they were definitely not the dominant species on Earth. But that mass extinction was like, oh hey, look at all this free real estate, and that's when mammals like got to flourish. But yeah, they were they were not the first land animals. Oh my god, this is so bad.
It's so bad. I know. Okay. Let's bring the text back up because
thank you. Right. Where do the dinosaurs fit? Because they're not mammals.
No, he's got no birds. He's got no birds in here at all either. It just it's aquatic creatures. They're not. But they're in both the Bible and they're in his scientific timeline, and they're just not. They just don't make any appearance in either one of these. Bring the text back up because I want to talk about the sun, moon, and the stars.
Okay.
So that is verse 16.
Simone. This is Tanim erasure.
Tanim erasure. That's good.
Yes.
The Sabbath is okay. Verse is it 20, 19, 20, 21, somewhere around there, I think. Earth brought forth in the sky, and they divided between.
But there's the lights.
Okay. All right. Let's look at this. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Scroll back up for a second. God said in verse 14, God said, let there be lights in the rakia, in the firmament, the solid dome,
the dome
that covers the earth, in the rakia hashemayim, the firmament of the sky, to divide between the waters. He seems to have missed this part, that there's waters above and below the earth, right? Excuse me. To divide between the day and between the night, and to be for signs, for seasons, for days and years. And they will be for lights to divide the sky and to light the earth, and it was so. Look what it says here. God It says Va'asa Elohim. God made. He made the two great lights. Okay?
Yeah. Not
the greater light.
Not they were visible.
No. Vaya'as. He made them. It's the same word that occurs throughout this text to describe God making things as it happens. So yeah, that's what's going on. So he makes the great light to rule over the day, and the small light. Oh, look what's there. It's Ve'et HaMa'or HaKaton.
Katon. Small.
The small light, right?
Small light. Yeah. The wee light.
That's right. To rule over the night. Ve'et HaKokavim. And the stars. So that's that. He didn't. There's no just revealing the sun and the moon and the stars here. That he made that shed. He made it on is that day 4? I think it's day 4.
Thank you.
Well, no.
Mammals appeared 225 million years ago. Humans about 6 to 7. Slim Jim 1929. Let me just briefly share this so we can compare how wrong it is. 100 million years ago, mammals. 100,000 years ago, human beings. Yeah, again, it depends on what your definition of a human being is, whether it's Homo sapien, Homo, other parts of that. But yeah, mammals are 225, so the timeline's off even with that. Congratulations. Love that. Love that.
All right. Okay. So I know. It's an occupational hazard. So maybe excuse me. Sorry about the coughing, folks. I'm still getting over my respiratory issues. Boosters. It's true. Get your COVID boosters. I didn't get mine this year. Okay. Let's move on because he's got a bunch of these.
Okay.
And many of them are very dumb. So creation.
World is on the back of like a turtle or maybe some elephants. The next
girl.
So that's the other thing you do, right? You compare this to things that you think are absurd, without recognizing that the Genesis 1 creation story is not the same as the Genesis 2 creation story, for one thing, and also the Genesis 1 creation story is drawing very heavily from earlier creation stories, such as in the Enuma Elish, right? So
also. Could someone in the chat please just, for my own sanity, remind me who it was that wrote Earth is on the backs of 4 elephants that are standing on a turtle?
Right.
The next thing the Bible is ahead of its time on is germ theory. For most
what?
Because those Hebrews were fastidiously clean fish.
I mean, they did have like indoor plumbing and things like that, but oh my god, this is so bad. We're only a minute in.
I know, but it's only 8 minutes.
Of history, sanitation was not great, and even
also really quick. No, he didn't tell people to stop washing their hands. He said that not washing your hands before you eat a meal doesn't make the meal unclean.
That's very true. Good. That's good.
Also, yeah, it's Terry Pratchett. Thank you, chat. I knew I wasn't going insane.
Who is that guy?
So he's like, haha, the creation story is better than Terry Pratchett.
Oh, is that the elephant and the
and
the turtles? Oh, the elephants and the turtle. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I just made that shit up.
There's a lot of room for improvement. People didn't really understand.
Wow, way to be racist.
Ouch. Right. Yeah. That's kind of gross.
Third world street food.
Which is delicious.
First of all, this is extremely racist. Second of all,
third world.
I can tell you this person's never eaten street food in Los Angeles.
I'll say.
Our street food's freaking delicious.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Pull up and get some street tacos. Oh god, this
pretty
is
great.
making me so angry.
That's what I live to do.
Germs until germ theory was discovered in 1861 by Louis Pasteur, a devout Christian, by the way.
What does him being a Christian have to do with it?
Absolutely. Oh, well, apparently, I guess he must have connected the dots somehow between the invention of germ theory and, I don't know, revelation from God. Not sure. I'm not sure where he's going with this, but
does it make his science better? Because
better. It's better science because it's Christian science.
Well, you know who else was a Christian that also came up with, you know, a really good model of stuff? My 8th cousin, was it 3, 4 something times removed? Chuck Darwin.
Chuck Darwin. Good old Chuck. But I think he's a fan of Chuck Darwin's too. So he'll probably give you that. But which is great, right? Yay. But I mean, it wasn't like pretty much everybody in the 19th century in Europe and North America essentially identifying themselves as Christians. Many of them would call themselves devout.
Work, yes.
Kind of, right? Yeah. So, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
But the Bible actually has very good sanitary advice in the ceremonial law. It says to wash yourself and your clothes, which many cultures today still don't do. It says to
this is so freaking racist.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. But do you know what these texts are offhand? Which is just stupid. Leviticus 15.
This applies to priests, doesn't it?
Pardon?
This is for priests.
No, actually. Do you want to pull these up?
You know what? Let's pull it up. Let's pull it
up. Leviticus 15, and then we'll look at 23. Deuteronomy 23.
Okay.
So.
Oh! Incredible.
Shall we just read this? 2. Right? Speak to the sons of Israel and say to them, whenever a man has a zav in his flesh, from his flesh, do you guys know what a zav is? This is all about seminal emissions, guys. So when you have seminal emissions, and we could just continue reading this in the next verse. The impurity from his zav, his discharge shall mean the following: any bedding on which the one with the zav lies shall be impure, and every object where he sits shall be impure. Those persons who touch the bedding, they need to wash their clothes, bathe in water, and they will remain impure until evening. Those who sit on an object on which one with a discharge has sat, they have to wash their clothes too and bathe in water, and will remain impure until evening. Those who touch the body of one with a zav shall wash their clothes, bathe in water, and remain impure until evening. And it goes on and on like this, right? This is not just, general rules for keeping yourself clean or doing your laundry, guys. It's pretty specific. If you have an accident or an on purpose in the night,
I mean, you don't really control
you got to do something about that, right? Sometimes you do. So, but
this is usually
yeah,
because there is a provision for like, oh no, it just happened.
Yes. So that's what this is about. Let's look at Deuteronomy 23, shall we? 12 and 13.
Sorry.
Poop and holes. Nice. You guys are the best. That is awesome. Oh, So let's look at Deuteronomy 23.
Oh, okay. Hang on.
Poop in holes and cover them up is what he's got. Because
Oh,
apparently
what
many
verse
people
is
today
that,
poop in
12?
rivers. Yeah. We probably should go. We
Again,
may
can
need
you
to
be
back it up a little
racist,
bit, though, I
man?
bet.
Yeah.
We probably do.
Yeah. Oh, hey, remember that time I was just talking about like nocturnal emissions? Yeah.
Yeah. Is this? It's the same thing, isn't it?
This is it.
Yes. If anyone among you has been rendered impure by nocturnal emission, he must leave the camp. He must not re-enter the camp. Toward the evening, he shall bathe in water, and at sundown, he may re-enter the camp. Furthermore, there shall be an area outside the camp where you may relieve yourself. Yeah. So with your gear, you shall have a spike, and when you have sat down or when you've squatted, you shall dig a hole with it and cover up your poop. Because why? Because the Yahweh God walks around in the midst of your camp.
Clean up after your dog, but also yourself.
So
nobody wants
clean
to
up
step
after
in.
yourself. This is not advice for proper sanitation, because they're concerned about contracting things.
Germ theory. It's because God's in the camp.
Right. Yeah, no. Miss, that's didn't Dr. Favor. Yeah, actually. So yes. The people who lived in the Qumran community, and I don't know if he's the one who found, I very seriously don't. I mean, that's something that was excavated by the archaeologists. He didn't find them. So yeah, the toilets at Qumran were located a long distance from the site. But you know what's kind of interesting as well about the people who lived at Qumran and observed like an extreme form of similar sorts of purity rules is that because they had this elaborate interconnected system of mikvot, places for you to immerse yourself and to bathe yourself, they all basically contracted dysentery. Because they weren't properly filtering this water. Apparently, following the prescriptions as they understood them from the Bible, right? Oops. It's not. Yeah, there's a lot more to this. Okay.
Okay.
Press play. Let's find out what's next.
To clean up your poop in holes and cover them up. Many people today poop in rivers. It says to quarantine after touching a dead body and to quarantine if you have a communicable disease.
Right.
It's just hilarious to me because you know who was the maddest about COVID restrictions and distancing and masks and not going to public spaces? Christians.
Yeah. Also,
I mean, even people were pulling the verse that said, "Hey, if you're sick, you should like cover your face," and they were just no, that doesn't apply to us.
Also, in antiquity, this is the sort of thing that really irritates me about these sorts of videos. There's this sense that people in antiquity were a bunch of fucking idiots who didn't understand anything, which is what makes the Bible so amazing. No, my guy, lots of cultures, people for tens of thousands of years have recognized that, you can contract things from corpses, and that, when you're sick, you can spread that sickness to other people. They didn't understand how, right? But they sure understood that it happened and that you should probably stay away from those sorts of things. The Bible didn't invent this. It just didn't.
It's almost like people developed like language and writing, and they passed on the things that they learned to the people who were born after them. Almost like a culture, one might say.
Sorry, I just slavery and quarantine were part of the old
Oh my
covenant.
God.
We're under the new covenant.
Truly the most cursed of interpretations.
Oh, that's fine.
Jeez.
Furthermore, although the New Testament is clear that it's no longer sinful to eat the
It's actually not clear, and I will die on this hill. I don't care who argues with me because the text is not on their side. Matthew is about hand washing as a ritual purity thing, not as a food test, because they were already not eating unkosher food, so there's nothing to say there. Peter's vision is explained by Peter himself before the chapter is over. And he says, oh, God was showing me this has to do with Gentiles. So, and right after he has the vision, wouldn't you know it? Like 2 or 3 Gentiles show up and like knock on his door and they're like, hey, isn't this Peter's house? God told us to come here. And don't you have like something you need to tell us? And he goes, oh my God, I understand the vision now. And he explains it.
Yeah.
So
yes,
this idea that, well, Jesus said that Peter, but no, it's okay now. Like you can certainly believe that as a Christian. I mean, they've been doing it for almost 2,000 years, but the text isn't on your side for that one. You're just going to have to like fall back on tradition or something, or just say, well, we're not Jews, so we don't do Jewish stuff, except for the times we do. You know.
Yep.
So yeah. Oh man, I had tuna for lunch. Good stuff.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
But also, it's not sinful to eat dogs. How many Christians are out there eating dogs?
Or cats.
Do you see or cats? I mean,
look, apparently they understood what raccoons are.
Well, yeah, the wash bear. That's my favorite name for an animal in German is raccoon. It's wash bear because that's what they do.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure they're just native to the Americas, aren't they?
No.
The raccoons?
Raccoon.
You sure?
In Germany.
Really?
That's why they have a word for it. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Bear.
See, I wasn't aware.
Yeah. But also, again, and how many Christians do you see eating mice?
Yes.
Outside of maybe Louisiana swamps. No offense. Because I know they eat squirrels. But, hey, whatever. Live your best life. I'm not going to stop them.
No.
So, yeah, I don't know what he's trying to get at with this, but whatever. Maybe he's just saying, okay, it's not
let's see.
sinful.
Let's hear what he has to say.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Let him cook.
Let's hear what he has to say.
Animals that the Old Testament declares unclean. Objectively, there are a lot more sanitary risks with eating these unclean animals. In particular,
hey, do you know what salmonella is?
Oh, I know what salmonella is.
Do you know
from
one of the
experience.
most common ways to contract salmonella?
By eating leftovers.
Undercooked or raw chicken.
Oh, that's true. Yes.
Yeah.
Which is
so.
Yeah.
You'll notice that wasn't over on the not kosher list. So
It's
when
true,
he says, "Well,
right.
there's actually health benefits, and you can avoid trichinosis, and you can do," yeah, salmonella is most often found in like raw poultry. So again, I'm not really sure where he's going with this. But okay.
I have to tell my salmonella story now. When I was a young man, when I was a nut arcatone. Sorry. No, I was a teenager. I was like 17 years old. I worked at a Bible camp in the summer. I did like maintenance stuff and yard work and shit, right? But it was a big camp too, like, 250 campers every week. And we had an outbreak of salmonella, and the health inspector came out and very, very nearly shut us down because of it. And the reason we had a salmonella outbreak was because up to that time, the protocol at the camp, which fed every day, 250 campers plus counselors and support staff. So like 350 people every day. The protocol was that whatever you didn't eat for your like whatever you had left over at your table, you took it back to the kitchen and they would return it to the fridge and then use it again later in the week, which is like super gross and very unsanitary. And
Do you like
when
botulism?
I was
That's a good way to get botulism.
yes, it is. So I thankfully did not contract salmonella, but for 2 days after the health inspectors came, I and other guys working at the camp, we basically like cleaned out the kitchen and threw away hundreds and hundreds of pounds of food, and then scrubbed everything like to the bone. It was crazy, but yeah, it was gross. Okay, press play.
But this is after a devout Christian discovered germ theory, which was
Right,
in the Bible
yes.
the whole time.
That's right.
Kip, can you explain
I
that?
don't. I can't explain it. Just can't.
Jeez.
The bat. Can you
Oh, the
imagine
bats
if
are bad.
China was Jewish and still
Oh,
followed
God.
the old dietary laws?
Holy shit, dude.
How much more racist is this
Oh
going
my
to get? That's not a
God.
challenge, by the way.
Right? No, that is not.
I really don't want to finish this
Wow.
video.
That's
Also,
terrible.
for the seats in the back of the auditorium, a lot of you probably don't know that there's been a Jewish population in China going back to like the
A
Roman era.
long time, right? Yeah, like
Yeah.
the early Middle Ages, I believe.
Dude, no, to the Roman period. Literally,
Holy
they traveled
shit.
along the Silk Road. Yeah, the
Holy
Kaifeng
shit.
Jews have been in freaking China literally a long ass time.
So
Yeah.
like seriously, I mean this guy, this seriously, dude, redeem Zoomer, if you're watching this. I mean, I mean this sincerely. You deserve this. Fuck you, buddy. Like seriously.
Yeah.
This is just gross. This is the kind of gross racist bullshit that I would hope better from a younger person who is supposedly, you know, not so
Let me
So
clear this
Senan
up
is-
because
it-
I know Simone's probably like, wait, what are you talking about? It's because
Uh,
he's blaming COVID on Chinese wet markets,
yeah.
which he finds to be unsanitary and unclean. If they were just good Christians, then something. But he also doesn't think that Christians should follow the food laws. So
Right.
don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. So
2020 would have looked a lot different.
Jesus.
Next,
Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm not letting him get away with that one. Hang on.
What did it say?
I saw like one frame of a
Yep.
thing, and I want to scrub
see what
forward
it
until I
says,
find
too.
that little frame because it was like YouTube did something. Hang on. YouTube is banned in China, so it's not like they're gonna watch this and get mad, are they? Ha ha ha!
Oh, yeah, we can say whatever we want. Jesus, dude. Gross.
You are really representing your version of Christianity. Just
Yeah, you are.
so well,
Very,
man.
very well done. Way to go.
Piece of shit.
God.
Wow.
next, there's a verse in Leviticus which says the life of the flesh
Of
is in the
course.
blood.
Of
Now, everyone
course.
always knew
Yeah.
blood was important, but they didn't realize just how important. In
People figured out
It-
really quickly. If enough of your blood is outside of your body, you die.
Yeah, you're dead. You die when that happens. Right. Also, this wasn't unique to the ancient Hebrews. Pretty sure the Zoroastrians also had prescriptions against eating blood and touching blood. They didn't like that either. I think also the Orphics might have had something similar. But my God, like this is just a fundamental misunderstanding of the function of blood within these laws, right?
Mhm.
Maybe let's finish this up and see what he has to say, and then I'll say a couple things
Okay.
about blood.
Okay.
1628, the English scientist William Harvey, who was a devout Anglican.
Oh, is a
In
devout Christian,
1628,
yes.
the English scientist William Harvey.
Why does the slide say 1638 and he said 1628?
I don't know. Did he make a mistake?
Oh, impossible.
Who was a devout Anglican, discovered blood.
He discovered blood circulation.
Okay.
No one else figured it out.
That blood circulates through the body? Okay.
So is he pro-Anglican? He says he's a redeemed Zoomer.
Right.
But
He's
what
pretty
particular
reformed.
flavor of Christianity does he follow? Because there's a lot, which generally you wouldn't think would be the case if there's one Holy Spirit telling everybody how to follow Jesus the right way. But whatever. I'm not the Pope of Christianity.
Neither am I. So
circulation. This means that blood gives life to the entire body. Blood gives food, oxygen, water, and other nutrients to the rest of the body.
Right. Yeah, we already knew that blood keeps you alive. That's why
they didn't know why, but it was well understood that when like that, I mean, that's why they stab people, right? You stab people and the blood comes out, and when the blood comes out, you die. People understood this. They understood that blood was super fucking important to keeping you alive. That's part of why there's so many different religions, cultic expressions that focus on the power and the efficacy of blood, including the ancient Hebrews, including early Judaism. Not because they're like, it's full of oxygen. That's why. Also, yeah.
Thank you. This is very inconvenient for someone who thinks that white Christian Europeans did everything, because during the Islamic Golden Age, they wrote a lot about math, astronomy, anatomy.
Yep.
And as someone says, a lot of European anatomical textbooks came from the Islamic world.
Wow, that's amazing.
Isn't that inconvenient?
So cool. Very inconvenient, though.
I think he figured it out at the heart pumps blood, but that might have only been in Europe. I'd be shocked if people in India or China didn't figure it out first.
Right? Like,
I'm pretty sure that at least several centuries before this, the Mexica people, otherwise known as the Aztecs, already had that figured out. So,
nice.
Again, I don't know. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Press play.
Grief.
The flesh, and in this sense, the life of the flesh really is in the blood. Also, blood is very closely associated with DNA, so you could say the blueprint for the.
That's it, bitch.
It's very closely associated with DNA.
But it's like I'm not a scientist. I'm certainly not a geneticist, but like DNA is like in everything. Am I wrong about that, chat?
God,
am I wrong
like,
that DNA is not just in my blood? Like you get DNA from hair and fingernails and
it's not like that just floats around in your bloodstream or anything.
But holy
cells.
shit.
It just whatever. It's just associated.
What the hell does this have to do with Leviticus 17:11? DNA?
It doesn't.
For real.
It doesn't.
Wow. Wow, that's fun.
You know what? Yeah. This man was 100% homeschooled.
Yeah.
Yes.
He probably his science text was of pandas and people, wasn't it?
Probably. You mean the one that talked about seed design was it?
Seed design proponentists.
Proponentists.
Yes.
Proponentists.
Sorry, what was the chat that you brought up? I didn't see it.
Red blood cells will lost their DNA.
Oh, that's interesting.
I'm sure you can ask basically. Oh, hello. Apparently, hi Bri, and their viewers just joined. So yeah, YouTube is
Oh.
really trying to turn into Twitch here. We're getting rated.
Are
Sort
we?
of.
How exciting!
Yeah.
Hi, Bree
Oh.
and people. Very nice. So I know I'm streaming at the same time as a few other people, and I'm sorry about that. But yeah, I replied by all 2 messages.
Okay. All right.
Okay. We can do this.
Wow.
We can do
Life
this.
of our flesh is in the blood. That's why you say you're related to your relatives by blood. The Bible is also ahead of its time in teaching that all people are related to each other because they all share a common ancestor. This seems
No.
like common knowledge today, but it wasn't always
No.
that way.
Has he
In
read
ancient
nothing?
times, tribes
Like,
would
seriously.
slaughter each other because they didn't.
Has he read nothing? There are plenty. I mean, this is a very common thing within ancient Mesopotamian literature. Humankind was created by the gods. They didn't each have like their own individual bits. You're gonna say something beyond how dumb this is?
I know that I said earlier that I wasn't trying to issue a challenge, knowing that this was going to get dumber.
Yeah.
And yet here I sit. My flabber's gasted. Yeah. All humans have a common ancestor.
Adam.
Okay?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. I mean, technically it's Noah, according to the Bible, but okay, yeah, sure, Adam.
That's true.
Also, no, mitochondrial Eve didn't live at the same time as Y chromosome Adam, so don't worry about it.
Apparently, we have hit the we've hit the jackpot here. There is nothing beyond how dumb this is. That feels about right. But that's I'd like to point this out too. Clay, of course, is what Mesopotamia was made from. So even writing on clay, and that's it, right? Like there is this sense in Mesopotamia that everything is made of clay, like men are made. And oh, wouldn't you know it? This is retained in the second creation story, where the man is actually made out of clay, out of dirt.
Okay.
Right.
I'm also, I would love to know. I know he's probably just pulling this out of his ass, obviously, because I can't.
It feels like it, right? I don't know what this
hybrids.
is. Yeah.
But usually cultures that have like a pantheon of gods only have one sun god. Usually because like there's a sun in the sky, many stars, one moon. So generally there's like a god of the sun. But hey, whatever. He's just trying to make a point here or something.
It's a bad one. It's a terrible point.
Yeah.
Think of their enemy nations as even people. In fact, even as recently as the 20th century, racial hierarchies were justified by saying that different races of people were actually...
These aren't races. Texans, Californians, and New Yorkers are not different races. They're literally not.
And nobody ever thought that. Ever.
No.
Ever.
They're not even species. They're just people who live in a different part of
to point out.
Geographical area.
Yeah. Important to point out. He says that people used to think that someone from outside of their tribe was a different species. No. No, they absolutely didn't. Here's the thing about antiquity, and I've made this point on a couple of other shows and videos and presentations before. Usually I talk about this kind of stuff when it comes to slavery. Everybody, and this is widespread. The difference between one of the big differences between the slave trade that emerged on an industrialized scale out of like Renaissance Europe or in medieval Europe,
Early modern period.
early modern, right? One of the big differences between the early modern slave trade and slavery in antiquity was slavery became justifiable on the basis that people of a different race were understood to be not the same kind of a human as, Europeans, as white people. Race-based slavery is this term you often hear. In antiquity, no. Everybody recognized that human beings are all the same. The only difference was that you might be enslaved or you might be a slaver. You had the potential to be both.
Romans
but
enslaved
you're
Romans
all the
and
same. Yeah.
also non-Romans. It wasn't
it was-
oh, your skin's a different color. They didn't
No.
really care that much.
No, it didn't, because they recognize this, right? Like, we're all people, we're all human beings. So what he said was just, it's just fucking inaccurate. That's not the way.
He's also just being super dishonest because everybody knows that race is based in like the United States where he lives has been based on skin color. Not New Yorkers versus Texas versus
Right.
Californians. That's not
Yeah,
the
he's
hierarchy
being
of race
coy
that
about
has
here, right?
ever existed.
It's very weird
This
to
is
do it this way.
This is
Yeah.
oh my god. This is gonna get so much worse.
Different species, some more evolved than others. It wasn't until people proved all races have a common ancestor that racial.
And wouldn't you know it, despite science proving that humans all descend from earlier species of humans,
Yeah.
racism still exists.
Still happens. Still a problem.
Wouldn't you know?
And importantly, I will say this again. This isn't something that was discovered. Thousands of years ago, people understood this. Thousands of years ago, it was common to think that everyone descended from a single person. That was normal, apparently. So,
yeah.
Yikes.
Oh my god, this is going to get so much worse.
Hierarchies became a lot harder to justify. The Bible is very.
And yet, how many, let's just talk about Christianity for a second. How many non-European or non-white popes has the Catholic Church had? Would it be 0?
Big fat 0? Yeah.
That's weird. You might say non-European because the Pope before this one was from Argentina, but his lineage was from Europe, so I don't think that counts. The United States has only ever had one non-white president.
And good luck ever having another one.
And they're non-white people are still an extreme minority in our legislative bodies and our representative bodies. So,
yeah,
weird. Isn't this supposed to isn't Christianity supposed to have solved racism and slavery and all of that? Also, Simone is saying Augustine was a North African, not a pope, but a church father. This is another thing.
With,
did Augustine's
too,
lineage,
I believe.
Yeah, but again, this is one of those things where I have to ask, if you say so-and-so was an Egyptian and you talk about the Greek period after Alexander bit it and all his generals fought over who would control what, the Ptolemies just came in and were you know what, we're gonna run Egypt now. So Hypatia is a step ahead of me. Cleopatra's lineage was Greek.
Yeah, right.
So, yeah, she was basically the last Egyptian pharaoh for all intents and purposes, but this is one of those things where our ideas of what race is and how ethnicities are defined, they're really not consistent. Nope. So, yeah, and this is another thing that I greatly appreciate the genealogical community. The current pope has Creole ancestry.
Oh, that's right. I did. I remember seeing that. That's very cool. So
Mhm.
thanks for bringing that up,
Yep.
Pamela.
And again, this is just one of those things. Colorism and ethnic background and race, however you want to define it, none of those have like objective parameters.
Mm-mm.
So his whatever definition, Kip, I am never going to be over Texans, New Yorkers, and Californians as an example of racial hierarchy.
Yeah.
It is mind-blowing to me that he decided that was going to be his example and not actual examples from real life history.
Yep.
Jeez, freaking Dave.
Well, this
says that Cleopatra was the first Ptolemaic that actually spoke Egyptian. I think that once they started ruling, they probably learned it because it was kind of like a necessity. But I'm not a specialist in that period of history, so I don't want to take a firm stance.
Well, maybe before we get into
whatever.
Maybe before we get into geology, should we do a bit of a palate cleanser with some super
Yes,
chats
please.
here? All right. Thanks, Kent,
Yikes.
Jeffrey Avera, Matthew Halstad. The only place I like Comic Sans and Papyrus is in Undertale. I don't know what that is. Do you know what that is?
I'm still not gonna like looking at Papyrus. I don't care if it's in a game, a comic, if it's in a TV. I don't care.
But thanks for the super chat. Hey, it's good to see you, Nitty. Thanks for the super chat. Quit asking my Zoomer to be so woke.
Seriously.
Meet Pyramids Tad. He said devout Anglican for Harvey, not devout Christian. So he's drawing a theological line, but not a believing one. That's a good observation. Thanks for pointing that out. So yeah. Very good point. Very good point. Okay.
Wow.
All right. Well, let's at least this can't be racist, right? The talking about geography and geology. Hopefully.
Oh, I absolutely bet he can.
Okay.
I bet he can.
Well, we'll see.
Monkey's paw curls.
Accurate in describing the Earth. First of all, it says that God suspends the Earth over nothing.
Oh my God!
Which we know to be true today, because the Earth doesn't need anything
So,
to stand on.
What is it? Stop it! Stop it! Job
Okay.
Job 26:7. What does it say? We have to
Suspends the Earth over nothing.
He's just gonna pull out all the famous tropes, right?
Flat Earthers are seething right now.
They are. Are you pulling it up?
Yeah. Okay. Hang on. Gosh,
I could do it if you'd rather.
No, I'm almost there.
Okay.
Good grief.
So he suspends the Earth over nothing.
Hangs it. Okay, hang on. I have to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
There we go. I'm just trying to make sure they didn't.
Okay.
It's
he who stretched out the phone over tohu, which is the word from Genesis chapter 1.
Genesis 1.
He hangs, not suspends, the earth over Balima, which is literally not what, like not what.
Over
yeah, exactly. What is it?
Yeah.
So importantly, the Earth is, according to this text, is not suspended like it's hanging, like it's in space. It's hanging
like a chandelier.
Okay. It's like a chandelier. Like something is dangling from something. So yeah, that's not the same thing. It's just not. So yeah. And yeah. They just had no concept of space, you guys. They had no concept of outer space in antiquity. They didn't. So when you read shit like this and you pretend that this fits within a model, like a cosmological model that includes an idea of outer space in the universe, it's just no. This is just wrong. He's probably going to say stuff now about the Earth being a sphere, I bet. And I bet you anything he's going to talk about how the cosmos, how it's expanding, right? I bet you that's in there. Shall we find out?
Oh yeah, I bet he's pulling out that one, stretches out the heavens like a tent. Oh, I bet
Yeah,
he's
I
going
bet
there.
you. Okay, let's see.
But also, again, flat earthers are seething because he's like, gravity doesn't
Yes.
work like this, it works like this. This is correct. That's correct. That's okay. I gotta hang on. I gotta take a drink.
That's true.
I should pour more stuff in this. It's all right. Okay.
I know. I'm
That's
almost out
not
of my
how
water.
gravity works. The Earth is just suspended in empty space. Now, once
It's
again,
not
the Bible
suspended.
is not a science textbook. The purpose
Oh.
of the Bible is not to show us how the Earth works, but to show the glory of God. And it's just
Pick a lane, my dude. You can't be like,
He
well,
needs
the
to-
Bible actually knew about
He needs
germ
to add
theory
these
before they discovered it.
caveats. It's
But it's not a science textbook.
They're disclaimers, right? Just to make sure that he's hoping. I didn't really say this. I don't really, it's just, I
Again,
don't know.
pick a lane. If you want to be like, well, the
Yeah.
Bible has all this super ancient knowledge before like modern science figured it out, you can't then turn around and go, well, the Bible's not actually a science textbook. again.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Pick one. Oh my God.
using this as an example. The Bible is also correct that the Earth is round. It even says that the
That's
bound-
not what who means.
He who sits above the circle of the earth. What does
Hoog
Hoog mean?
means
This
circle.
is the word Hoog. What does the word
Sphere.
Hoog mean?
To go
Vish?
around, to
Yeah.
like walk around in a circle, to go
Yeah.
in a circuit.
It's a circuit.
If they wanted to
circle.
say that
Circles-
like Hoog applied to an orbit, I would be like,
Circles
you
are
know
flat.
what? Yeah, you could probably make the case, but yeah, it doesn't mean spherical.
And he says it right there. It's the same word, right? In Job 26:10, he inscribed a circle on the face of the waters.
On the face of the earth, which is not a
It's-
sphere. You can only
No!
inscribe a circle.
It's flat.
Here we go.
Okay.
Right here.
There it is. Oh yeah.
Whoops, sorry. It always does this. Hoog.
He sits over the Hoog of the
Circle.
earth. Over the circle.
Like a circle, a ring, a circuit. See, look,
A
right
compass.
here, it's telling you about the verb. To encircle,
Yes.
to encompass, to describe a circle, draw around, make a circle, to encompass.
Yes.
Does not mean sphere.
Does not. It
Grief.
does not. It's
Good
not describing. It's not describing the spherical shape of the globe. It is not. And this is something that flat earthers do understand, right? Because a lot of flat earthers are reading their Bibles. That's how a lot of them
They're more
get there
consistent.
and
That's
see
so-
there. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's inscribed a circle on
so-
the face of the waters. On the face of the waters, not the freaking entire planet, just the face of the waters.
Yep.
At the boundary between light and dark. Again.
You got to bring the video back up.
Doesn't mean the- Okay. God. Dang it.
Thank you.
What are the chances that Job uses the same word? What do you think?
Oh, in Job 26:10.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm fairly sure it's the same. Are you looking it up? I could look it up quick.
Wouldn't you know it? Hulk
Hoog,
Hog.
Hoog,
Panemayim.
Hog. Yes.
That's a mouthful.
Hog, hog,
Ha,
hog,
ha,
pana-
ha, ha.
Panehamayim. Yeah.
Panemayim.
Panemayim.
How about the interesting?
So
At the boundary where Or meets Hoshech. Tachlit. Or Aim Hoshech. I'm gonna have to dig into this later. That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a word
look
study on that later.
what it says right after that. The Omodi Hush, the Modi
Pillars
the
of
Omodi
heaven, huh?
Shemayim. Yeah. The pillars, the
standing
the
things of
stanchions
heaven.
of heaven.
Yeah.
They tremble.
Jeez.
Uh
So wait, it's suspended. It's hanging from nothing, but the earth
They've
has
got
pillars.
the pillars.
Mm,
Yes.
Why didn't you put
Yes.
that in there?
Very good. Okay.
Huh.
Let's see what's next.
Okay.
Boundary between day and night is also a circle. Let's focus
right-
on the part of this
Right.
first.
Everyone like everyone understood this, dude. Like it.
In the Bible often refers.
Oh look.
Yep. Yes. Stretches out the heavens like a curtain. I knew it.
Yes.
This is
okay.
straight out of the Kent Hovind playbook.
Yeah, it is. Can we talk about this? About stretching out the
Yes.
heavens like a curtain? First, let him finish. Let him finish, because we'll talk about what he's done. Because he's
All
going to
right.
say
To
something
the skies
stupid.
and the stars, or what we would call outer space. And we know that
Outer
the
space.
universe has been expanding ever since the Big Bang. And since Albert
my God.
Einstein
Okay.
described space-time
my
as
God, this is-
fabric, it's actually very accurate to say that the heavens are being stretched out ever since the
No.
creation of the
No.
universe.
All right.
The Bible's
okay.
also right about
Okay, no.
Pause it.
No.
Pause it.
No.
So, a spherical
you,
tent
Calypso.
looks like, yes,
Thank you.
exactly right.
Jeez.
So this is what happens when you do all your Bible study in English and don't even spend the time to think through. And yes, the verb is perfect. He stretched.
Meaning the action's
it.
already
It's
been
not. It's not
completed.
continuing. It's not continuing.
Nope.
And
We
importantly,
already did it.
this is like, this is not. It's not expanding. That's not the right way to use the word here. Certainly, this is like stretching
Mm-mm.
any of y'all. I camp a lot. I've camped a lot. Any of y'all ever set up a tent? A
Yes.
dome tent, let's say, a dome tent. You've got poles, right?
Mhm.
You set the poles up, and then you take the fabric and you stretch it
on.
out
Or stick
over the poles.
a little
But
bit.
guess what happens to the fabric when you do that?
It stays there as long as you have it tacked down.
And it stays the same size. In fact, importantly, it's very important that the fabric of the tent doesn't actually increase in size.
Mhm.
It's important that it stays the same size, because that's how it stays taut. That's how it stays in place. That's how it ends up covering and protecting you from the moisture and the light and the wind, right? So it's not expanding. If it expanded, guess what? The poles of your tent would just fall down.
If it rained, it would just collapse on you.
It would just collapse, right?
Yeah.
No. He's building a tent. God is building a tent over the earth, and it's called the rakia, the firmament. It's up there, right? Suspended, stretched
Hey,
over the
Can you
earth.
just can you parse this out real quick?
Okay. So he sat over the sphere. Or sorry, I said it. Look what I said. He sat over the. He is the one who is sitting over the circle of the earth, Haaretz, and he's in
Yeesh.
over the there. What is Chag? I don't know what Chag Govim is. That's the he sits over them like grasshoppers.
Yeah.
And then it says this, Hanote, he is the one who is stretched out like this says gauze, like fabric. Shemayim, the skies.
There's a reason. This is me when I went on my philology on cloud trail a couple months ago.
Yeah.
The reason they're describing it this way is because the sky is sometimes not translucent, but most of the time it's translucent. You can see things through clouds. You can see stars behind things like clouds. So it's not 100% opaque. So you've got the vault that's stretched out over, the, I guess, circle of the Earth.
Mhm.
And it's just translucent enough to where you can see stars or the sun or even clouds or whatever.
Well, those are all inside.
Like through it.
Right.
Yeah. It's like they're on there's also
The
an argument,
edge.
like, are they just on the outside face or
yeah,
the inside face?
Possibly. We
like,
don't know,
whatever.
right? Yeah. But
Yeah,
they're
but-
there on them. Yeah.
But yeah, it's translucent. You can see, at least you can perceive some sort of depth there. So
yeah. Right.
it's also talking about like rain later on. But yeah, God's sitting up there on the outside of everything, and we're like
Look
the
what
buzzing of
he
flies to him.
He stretched them out, Kaohel, like a tent.
Well, like a tent.
It's right there. It's like a tent, my guy.
Like a tent. A chevet. Yeah, to dwell in,
For dwelling.
to sit
Yes.
in.
To sit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Grief.
All right.
Wow.
An excellent grasp of cosmology here. Stars. This will be fun.
Whoop, whoop.
Oh,
Kochavi, let's go.
Yes, I
It's gonna be
probably
dumb.
How many stars there are. Ancient scientists, like most of the Greek philosophers, thought there were about 1,000 stars, because that's how many you can see. But the Bible says the true number of stars in the
Excuse me, you can see more than that. I saw way
I
more than
have
that
no
when I was
idea.
out in the middle of nowhere, New Mexico.
right.
There's no
but
light pollution.
I have no idea. I have no idea how many stars Ptolemy thought he could see.
Major constellations, maybe, but
Maybe.
there's more than that. And they didn't have the kind of light pollution we're dealing with. So I remember the first time I had ever looked at the sky with no light pollution. It was literally out in the middle of nowhere in New Mexico, which is called the Land of Enchantment for a reason. And it was like probably 2 a.m. We're on a road trip, and my friends stopped the van. And they're like, hey, Deidre, wake up, get out of the van. And I was like, what's going on? And, kind of cranky because I don't like being awakened from my slumber in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's winter, so I'm cold. And they're like, grab your blanket, get out of the van. And I was like, I hate you guys. So I get out of the van, and they're all standing there, they look up. And I was like,
It's overwhelming.
I quite literally could not articulate the feeling seeing all of those stars. It literally did feel like someone threw sand up there, or just like went crazy, because even living in a suburban place, I thought, there's a lot of stars. There's probably some I can't see, but I just had no idea until I got out in the middle of the country. It was one of the most breathtaking things I've ever experienced. So I don't know where he's getting this idea that they're like, there's only 1,022 stars. Like, Ptolemy would have laughed.
I expect so, right? Like, who knows? I don't know, but his point here is that, and I expect this was probably common, that people thought, you can't sit and count all those stars, because oh my God, look at them all.
There's a lot, a lot.
But you know what? You know what else? You know what else the Bible does say about the stars, Fish? Do you want to hear? I could actually. I can pull this up. I can read this from my forthcoming book. So where I'll just read a little bit of this, and this is in the chapter where I'm talking about in Genesis chapter 1. The sun and the moon, and I've just finished translating Genesis 1:14 through 9, where God creates the firmament and the lights in the sky, or not the firmament, where he creates. And here's what I say: the Hebrew Bible, the stars, the kokavim, are portrayed as the attendants and forces of God in the sky. In the Song of Deborah, the stars fought from the sky. From their courses, they fought against Sisera. That's Judges 5:20. That's one of the oldest texts in the Hebrew Bible, by the way. They are pictured as attendants of God in his court. When the stars of the morning sang joyously together, and all the B'nai Elohim, the sons of God, shouted for joy. That's Job 38, verse 7. We've already seen, I covered this earlier in the text. We've already seen how these beings mounted a coup to unseat El in Isaiah 14. I will ascend to the sky above the Kokavi of El, the stars of El. I will raise my throne and sit on the mount of the assembly, on the summit of Zaphon. I will go up above the heights of the clouds. I will be like Elyon. That's Isaiah 14, verses 12 to 13. The stars are more commonly called Tzabah HaShemayim, the host of the heaven. Why are they called that?
Yeah.
They're the army of the skies. These are identified with the God of Israel, who is Yahweh Tsabaoth, the God of armies. Micaiah the prophet, when he proclaims the word of Yahweh, says that he saw Yahweh sitting on his throne, and the entire army of the skies was standing above him on his right and his left. That's 1 Kings 22, verse 19. Deuteronomy 4:19 prohibits worship of these lesser beings. When you raise your eyes to the sky and you see the sun, the moon, and the stars, the entire army of the sky, do not be seduced and bow down to them and be enslaved by them. Yahweh your God apportioned these for all the other people under all the skies. The stars are cosmic creatures. They're the messengers, the attendants, and the warriors of God. Without the express say so, it's fair to think that they are immortal beings like the gods, but visible in the night sky. So, that's what the Bible says about the stars.
Cool. Daniel says that people's knowledge will shine like them.
Yes. Right?
So Zohar goes into quite a bit of detail about luminous beings and how the first human was luminous before they sinned. And it's very cool. Like the thematic, like wordplay and stuff that they do. I find that
right. It's awesome.
Yeah. You're wearing your I effing love the Bible shirt.
I am wearing my fucking love the Bible shirt.
Also,
because I do, right?
Folks in chat were very excited that you're writing a book, and they would like to know where you could order such a thing.
When it's available, you can order it on Amazon. Hopefully before the 15th, but definitely by the 15th of this month. It's August already.
It?
Yeah, no.
Well,
I don't. It's There might be a link beforehand, but as far as I know, it'll be the 15th. So and it'll just ship. I am excited too. So I just I'll
Finally,
show a picture later.
Book.
Well, maybe not quite my first book.
Kip Davis has written no books.
Like even Kip's first book was on one of these like newly published texts, a sort of a version of Jeremiah stuff we didn't expect. I'll do a shameless plug for Kip's great book.
Thanks, Matt. So it will be the first affordable book I've ever written.
Yes, yes, because we all know Brill requires your firstborn.
They do.
Yeah.
I think you can buy my first book for like $250 or something like that.
Oh, is that all?
That's it. I'm actually fairly impressed that I have a 5. It's a 5 or a 4-star rating on Amazon for that. No reviews. Somebody actually took the time to say, hey, this is really good. So wow.
Awesome.
Who knew, right? one of the 75 people who've read it. So thank you.
Or at least 75 people who are willing to admit that they've read it.
Right. Yes, that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So he's talked about the stars. Well, let's see what's next. We don't have a lot of time. Is Vish doing the audiobook?
I haven't been asked to do anything.
She has not.
So the answer is no.
I'm just gonna. I had planned to read my own for it. I'm actually kind of looking forward to it. Just because I like reading out loud. So something I enjoy doing. Something I miss doing, which is why I do a lot of it here, because I used to do it with my kids all the time and I miss it. So
I was gonna say, you old teacher, you.
Yeah. So I was going to read my own.
All right, let's see how much
And that
more this
way,
we can get.
that way, I like. Here's the thing, right? There's a lot of when you write your own book, you understand how it's supposed to sound. Because that drives me nuts. I think I've mentioned this before. Esther Hamori wrote a wonderful book called God's Monsters that she published a
I
couple
have
of
it.
years ago. Yeah, it's a great book.
Mhm.
I do not like the audiobook because
Oh.
it doesn't feel right.
Mm.
You know, when I listen to the audiobook, it doesn't a professionally narrated audiobook doesn't feel right. I just get the sense that Esther is saying stuff differently. So, and I don't want that. But yeah.
I have sometimes contradictory feelings about professionally narrated things because as somebody who does voice work, I'm biased in that I want voice actors to have more work.
Of course.
And I
yeah.
really want people who do this professionally, who have really good equipment and mixing and things like that to contribute. But I also understand that sometimes the languages can get hard or you're not familiar with the material or things like that. So
just to give you a sense, like I've included in the book a complete glossary of Hebrew, not a complete, but a nearly complete glossary of Hebrew words that appear in the book. There's over 200. The glossary itself is like 11 pages, right? So this is the thing.
Sounds about right.
Is right, yeah. So it's not just it's that kind of stuff too. And you would do great at that. I wouldn't worry about pronunciation, but that's the thing, right? If I chose someone to narrate the book, I'd have to make sure to walk them through how to say all the things correctly, right?
Yep.
Which is a fuck ton of work that I just really don't have the time and the patience for. So it's so much easier just to do it myself.
It's one of those things where if you can stay in contact with the person narrating, you can kind of let them know some of these things are segments I wanted to emphasize, but you can't always communicate that in print without making it look unreadable. So again, it's a mixed bag. Whatever.
Yeah.
Also, there's 20 minutes until Toast to Toast, so
let's do like 5 or 10 more minutes of this. I've set the stream just to send everybody there when it's over, so we can pretty much go pretty close to start time. Here we go. It's the K4 Apocryphon of Jeremiah and the K4 and the Qumran Jeremianic Traditions by Kip Davis is $146.89 US dollars.
I mean, for Brill, that's not terrible. It's
terrible.
Just, objectively, you're like, that tells you how steep Brill prices are. That we're like,
brutal.
It's only $150.
Yeah, it's brutal, and I think that's actually greatly reduced from the original selling price. Like I think it literally was like $280 when it was first published. So yeah.
Okay.
So
let's see how much more of this I can handle.
The sky is innumerable, and today we know that to be true. There are billions of galaxies with billions of stars each, and that's just the known universe. Here's another thing in the Bible you might have missed. Psalm 103:12 says,
but also the fact that people saw a lot of stars. Okay.
Right. Okay.
The Bible just wrote down what people saw. Good job.
And struggled to count them. Yes.
Yeah. Jeez.
Okay.
As far as the east is from the west, so far has he removed our transgressions from us. The purpose of this verse is to tell us about the value of the sacrifice that Jesus made for us.
Well,
to die for our
not
sins.
Jesus.
No, because that's in the Hebrew Bible, which doesn't
yes, it is.
Jesus, but
no, it doesn't. This is talking about God, right?
Yeah,
it's talking about God, guys.
I heard a pastor one time say, "See, this proves that the Earth is round because there's not a part." If you start in the east, there's not a part where you can go west until you hit the east again. And I was like, buddy, that's not how that works.
No. And that's not I mean, that's not what he's saying here. I mean, there's a reason why he says this. As far as, so if you're living in Israel, Palestine, if you're living in the area in Canaan, in the Levant, at the time when these texts are written, what's to the east of you?
Babylon.
No, actually, it's not. You don't think that it is the Midbar.
Yeah,
It's beyond the Jordan. It's the wilderness.
Beyond the Jordan, yeah.
It's and as far as they were concerned, that went on forever. Okay, it went to the edge.
At least until you get to Babylon.
Well,
right.
the thing is that when they talk about the Babylonians, they don't talk about them coming from the east. They talk about them coming from the north, because you can't cross the Midbar. And I'm not even entirely sure.
To get there, you want to go up and around. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not even entirely sure they understood that Babylon was on the other side of the Midbar. It seems to me like their sense of geography, you went up to go to Babylon, and then you followed the river, the Orontes first, and then the Tigris, and the Euphrates down to Babylon. They probably didn't quite have this sense that you were like on the other side of the Negev. As far as they were concerned, you were still up north, right? You were up north, and then you made your way east and probably south, but you're still, as far as they're concerned, you're still to the north. The Negev, it goes to the edge. Like it goes, you can't cross it. The Negev is south. Sorry, the Midbar is east, and the Midbar is death. Like you can't, if you venture into the Midbar, you're gonna die, because you can't get you can't. It's a trackless wasteland that goes, as far as they're concerned, it goes forever. So that's what's to the east of you. What's to the west of you?
The sea.
The sea, which, as far as they're concerned, goes for ever, right?
At
to
least
the edge.
Until Spain later on. But that's only when the Phoenicians were like, yo, check it out.
So that's,
they sailed a long way.
Yeah. But that's all they're saying here is that, as far as we're concerned, the east would go east. It just, you go east far enough and you hit the end of whatever is out there. We don't know. You go west, as far as we're concerned, you hit the end of whatever's out there. Yeah. So that's all this is saying. That's it. What does he say about it?
I have a feeling.
Now, imagine if it had said, as far as the north is from the south, so far has he removed our transgressions from us. Well, that's a finite distance. It's 12,400 miles, or 20,000 kilometers if you're some sort of communist. But how far is the
Oh
east
my
from
God!
The west? Well, there's no east or west pole. That distance is infinite, because
Remember
the sacrifice Christ made for us is infinite.
No, honey. No, my child, my sweet summer child. If you throw something in from the easterly direction of yourself and keep heading west, it's going to come back and hit you. That's how globes work.
Yes.
So you don't want Jesus to take your sins so far away that they come right back and hit you. So close. Everyone's so creative.
I know, right? It's wild. It's wild.
I knew it. I knew it.
You knew it. You called it.
Also, the previous verse says, "For as high as the heavens are above the earth, so great is his love for those who fear him."
Which again was a finite distance to them.
Yes, it was. it was the Rakia is up there, right? The firmament. It's firm. Yeah. It's the tent, right? That covers.
Yeah.
We did that.
It's a fixed distance.
It is.
Yeah. The only time I've heard disagreements over some of this is when, much later, Talmudic era rabbis were debating how thick the dome was, or how long the distance it took to traverse either the outer face of it or the inner face of it was. That's
I think
anyway.
Simone is expressing how I'm feeling. It's crazy to see some
Mhm.
kind of edgy alt-right zoomer regurgitating the same stuff a 50-year-old pastor would be muttering in a small parish somewhere, knowing very well that it's just platitudes.
And he's
Yes.
acting like this is some deep revelation that proves whatever.
I know.
Science of the Bible, which isn't a
ridiculous.
science textbook, by the way.
It's not a science textbook, by the way. Okay.
Now, back in the day, a lot of people thought there was a dome a certain distance above the Earth, but we know today that the height of
Bible
from the Earth is
the Bible says that.
The Bible has some surprisingly accurate.
Oh my God!
Again, well, the Bible's not a science textbook. It only matters when I can find something to proof text what we already know. When it gets it wrong, I mean, it's not a textbook, you guys. Again, pick a lane.
I don't know.
Details about the ocean. For example, ocean currents are really important because they govern the climate of the whole world. They were discovered by this guy, Matthew Fontaine Murray, who was not only a devout Christian, but he was inspired by his faith in the Bible, specifically this verse that talks about the paths of the seas to
It doesn't matter if he was a Christian or not. They weren't the first people to sail, and anybody that sails for more than like a few minutes figures out currents and wind.
They also weren't the first people to sail who collected these particular texts.
Yeah.
Right.
This is so infuriatingly stupid.
It's
discover ocean currents. So this isn't just an example of the Bible happening to match up with modern science. This is an example of the Bible specifically inspiring modern scientific discovery.
He just got through saying, well, they thought there was a dome that was a fixed distance. And then immediately, well, this proves that.
Oh my God. Right. Psalm 8:8
only got like 2 minutes of this left.
Do you think we can get through it all?
Maybe we can. So close. Let's try it.
Can I just say
a biography of him written by his.
Can I say something about the paths of the sea? This is more appropriately translated as like the ways of the sea.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
is it dark hay?
You know, it's just it's just people recognize that the water moved. They didn't necessarily understand the magnitude of that. But I mean, if you spend any time in the ocean, certainly people who were, you know, sailing in the ocean for thousands of years understood that they would catch currents in the ocean that would move the boat without the wind. This happened.
Takes me away to where I'm going.
You say there's 2 minutes left.
I have to.
Okay.
Yeah, we can do this. Come on, let's do it.
We can. All right, let's do it.
When he was really sick one time, he asked one of his daughters to read the Bible to him, and she read the verse about the paths of the seas.
Okay.
So he said, if God says the paths of the sea, they are there, and if I ever get out of this bed, I will find them.
Okay.
Jonah also talks about the roots of the mountains under the sea, and we know today that undersea mountain ranges are a thing. The Bible also talks about the water cycle.
No!
The water cycle is pretty simple. It's just the idea that all the water on the earth gets recycled. And the book of Ecclesiastes says this. It says all the rivers flow into the sea, but the sea never fills up because the water in the sea flows back to where it comes from.
Well, right, yeah, but they they didn't think that it condensed back into the clouds and then emptied over the mountains again. That's not what they thought. No. I mean,
they knew that water came out of clouds, but I would like to know how they thought water got into the clouds, because I'm not convinced that they had filled in the evaporation part.
No, not at all. In fact, the water's up there, right?
There's water above the dome, right?
The reason there's a firmament is to keep the water out.
Yeah.
And every now and then it comes down, right? When the windows, the sluice gates of the sky open up, that's It's right there, my guy.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
The laws of thermodynamics say that matter
No.
can't be created nor
No.
destroyed. Now, they had to come from somewhere. Genesis 1 says God made the heavens
Well, see, there's laws, so there has to be a lawmaker.
Maker. Yeah, that's right. So
and the earth, which implies that God made
Matter.
matter. And
Okay.
Genesis 1 says that God made light, which implies that God created energy.
No.
Genesis 2 says that
No,
God is
they didn't-
uncreated.
they didn't-
God's not still creating brand new matter and energy, which does line up with the law.
Yeah, except isn't there like Psalms and Prophets that says he like renews his creation every day?
yeah,
Don't worry about
that's
it.
good.
Don't worry about it. This is ridiculous.
Thermodynamics.
It is.
Now, childbirth
point there.
pains are very
That doesn't talk about the laws of thermodynamics. It just says, well,
It
there's
doesn't.
matter and energy.
Does
okay.
it say that there's energy?
Hey.
It says there's
Yeah,
light.
There's energy.
Yeah, but
God
does
said,
the
"Let's be
Bible
light."
say
He says
that?
that's energy.
But so what you're saying is
he's
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah. Okay.
pressing that on it. This is
Yes.
dumb. So dumb.
Yes.
Just knowing that there's matter and energy doesn't mean you understand the laws of thermodynamics.
No, it does not.
None of this discusses
does
entropy
not.
at all. None of
No,
it discusses light,
none of
energy and matter can't be created or destroyed. None of these things that he cited.
Nothing.
Nothing.
energy, which does line up with the laws of thermodynamics.
It doesn't,
Now,
actually.
childbirth pains are very
I would also really like to know if he could name any of the laws of thermodynamics.
Oh, this is that's interesting. So this is his favorite science Bible parallel because he discovered it himself.
Okay. I bet this is going to be extra.
What is he going to? Yes,
childbirth pains are very interesting because it's only
Yeah, because he'll never experience them. So I'm sure he knows exactly where he's going with this.
really human females that have very painful childbirth. Why is this?
What? Does he know how hyenas give birth?
I don't know how hyenas give birth. Tell us.
Okay.
I mean, animals
that is
die giving birth,
extremely-
don't they? There's, I mean, that
Hyena
happens.
birth is extremely not safe for work, and I recommend that you go look at that on your spare time because this stream will get demonetized.
Oh no. Okay, let's not do that. But suffice it to say, Vish, it looks painful.
Also, if you've ever owned farm animals or tended to
Yeah.
them or been around your pets, it's not like they just go, "Ah, and there's my babies."
No, they don't.
If God, this is so dumb.
Usually
It is
they have
painful.
to take some time just to
Yes.
to get back on their feet, right?
Farmers that have cattle have invented tools to help them pull the calves
Right.
out
Yes.
more efficiently.
And these are yeah, exactly.
This is ridiculous.
All right.
No,
So
that painful.
no,
That's disgusting.
animal childbirth, not
Because
really
out of
painful.
all animals,
Humans have the highest brain to body ratio, which is why we're the smartest. Wait, hang on a second. Notice that like he's put a few of
He's
the
got-
apes, dolphins,
which is
or
classified
cetaceans.
as different than humans.
Huh. Okay. All right. Well, he's also
Uh,
not accounting for the fact that, like, some animals, like the octopus, has distributed intelligence. Their brain is spread out all throughout their body. So how do you measure that? And they're extremely intelligent.
There's some good comments here from the chat too. Lizards and snakes get
Oh, yeah.
egg bound and die.
Mhm.
Yeah. Egg laying, even laying eggs can be uncomfortable and painful. So yeah. So humans have highest brain to body ratio, which is why we are the smartest. Okay.
Oh, okay. Thanks, evolution.
humans have the highest brain to body ratio. It's painful to push out a baby because they have such big heads. This is why humans are smartest, because they have
Hang on.
a baby because they have such big brain
on.
to body ratio. Why is this? Because out of all animals, humans have the highest brain to body ratio. It's painful to push out a baby because they have such big heads. This is
Yes, that's pretty true. However, baby skulls are squishy.
Yes, I saw this. I had a
You
a
know, you've
grandchild.
seen like
I've
the
seen-
fresh baby. So
my little grandchild, his head was like a cone head for like 3 days before it started to
round out.
Yeah.
That's also one of the things like why you have to kind of turn them when you lay them down because you don't want to flat. Anyway,
why humans are smartest, because they have the biggest brains relative to their bodies. Now, in the story of Genesis, Eve was punished for eating the fruit which gave her knowledge by having birth pains. In the Bible, birth pains are a direct result of getting more knowledge or more brain power. In Genesis 3:16,
Oh my God.
therefore, if
Oh my
women
God.
were just dumb and uneducated, their birth pains would go down.
This was so much stupider than I imagined.
This is
So
says to Eve that he will make her
Wow.
pains in childbearing very severe. And according to evolutionary biology, human
Like-
childbirth became very painful as
I think-
humans evolved to get smarter and get bigger
I need a
brains.
source for that.
So while these scientists
okay.
Yeah, no, I'm done
I
with
think he's
this.
done.
No.
So take it off. But I like this point here. Holly and Boblico Blarning Hawk
Yeah,
says,
seriously.
is he implying that humans had smaller heads in Eden? I'm interested to know about the actual mechanics and the physics of this. What he's thinking
You know,
is happening between
I
the
don't think that he
acquisition.
wants to go down this road because Adam and Eve were the perfect creation, right? Adam
Yeah.
lived to be 900 and something years old, right? So they're ideally like the epic form of humans. But he says that childbirth became more painful because people's skulls got bigger so they could accommodate the brain, which is why we're so smart. So not only does that imply that humans now, compared to like older species of the genus Homo, are smarter, it also implies that Adam and Eve weren't as smart as we are.
Right? It does. It does.
I don't think he wanted to make that point.
No, he did not.
Oh God.
So-
Okay.
All right. It's
Yeah, we
it's
finished right
we
fine.
need
This
to
is
we
so
need to get out of here. Hey, so speaking of the book,
They just started.
did they just start? Okay.
Yeah, I heard the music
I'll-
kick on my
Okay. We'll be maybe a couple minutes late, but they never do anything in the beginning anyways. So, but
That's true.
right. It's good. We'll get you all there, guys. I promise. But I want to because I am excited about this. So this is it. This is what it looks like. Which I think is pretty badass. I quite like it.
Yes.
So, and I got
Very
some nice endorsements from my good friend Dan
like that.
and
like
from my good friend Dr. Justin Sledge. So keep your eyes open for this, people. God's Propaganda, Pulling Back the Curtain on What the Bible Wants You to See, is going to be available on the 15th of August, maybe even a little bit before that. Just keep your eyes open. I will be sure to throw out links and stuff everywhere I go. Thank you very much, Satan. It's good to see you.
Yeah,
I
it
haven't
does
seen
look
you
very
around
good.
for a little bit.
Oh, hey,
So,
Satan.
so I'm pretty happy with it. So
Mhm.
yeah. Okay. So I think there might be one or two super chats that we didn't get to. Yeah, there was.
That one.
You did the vid. It's just
That one.
there's one more.
Yeah. Talk about the part where Moses direct sex slave men. You're like, what?
Kent Jeffrey, Aromathia Halstead
Oh,
says,
okay.
Mr. Zoomer talk about part where Moses divvied sex slaves among Israelites. Yeah, actually, he didn't talk about that. Not a lot of science there. Maybe that's why. But thank you very much for the super chat. Okay, you got anything going on, Fish?
If I do, I'll announce it on my community tab.
Okay.
The answer is yes, but I want to go watch Toast to Toast because
Yes, we do have to go watch Toast to Toast. But I will say, so tomorrow, I will be on Dapper's channel tomorrow, and I think
I
you're
will be
going to be
sleeping
sleeping.
in.
You're going to be sleeping in, And Maya Atkinson will be taking your slot, which is going to be fun because seriously, she's a master.
She's taken on Billy Carson before, so yeah.
Billy Carson, right? Nobody shits on Billy Carson like Maya does.
Right.
So it's
Right.
going to be a treat. Everyone, check it out, and we'll be back. We'll be back next week. We'll do something again next week for you all. Thanks everyone for coming out and for hanging out with us. It's been a long time. It feels like it's been a long time. So I've missed you. I appreciate you and the support that you continue to give to the channel and to Vish. So make sure that that you continue doing that. We really appreciate it. I'm just looking for the outro here. I got the right one.
Oh.
And now
Okay.
we're sending you to go watch Toast to Toast. All right. And Hatikva.